Okay, we're back for another week of SCL Doubles Recap. The same three of us again, but we can still do introductions because I think it's fun. I'm Emma. I'm supporting Burns on the Dynamos.
I am Strats or Ray. I am starting on the platoon.
I am Nails, and I am potentially subbing out for the Gyarados.
4 wins is enough. You've done your part. But
I've passed Emilio in win rate, career win rate. I'm ahead of him on the sheet. My job is done.
it's over.
But there's nothing more cheap in TOU after you pass me.
That's true. We can start with one of the two Thursday games, which is insane, which saw 0-0 Tenzai, who is subbing in for Toxygen on the Breakers, versus 0-3 Joe UX9 on the TMs. So one of these teams would be getting their first victory in the doubles tier in week 4. Tenzai brought like a literal sample team, which is the second time we've seen it this year. This is Crunchman's Hazard Stack, as it's described, with like Semi-Trick Room with Diancie, Volcanion, and Porygon 2. While Joe UX9 has like Mew, Incineroar, Rillaboom, Urshifu, and even Dragapult have been pretty common, like Dragapult less so this SCL. He has a Celesteela. Joe and Mamorik, I guess, seem to have a love affair with Celesteela. Like, not even like the good Steela set with Meteor Beam, like Heavy Slam, Leech Seed, which is not the greatest in my opinion. But besides...
Wait. No, that set is fine, especially Mamorik, if you're watching that. That set is very good.
You should keep bringing it. Please keep bringing it.
Very much not good.
There's nothing wrong with it. But yeah, he has like his Firewater Grass, his Tailwind Center, his Steel, and his Fast Dragon, so it seems pretty standard. I think like Tenzai bringing a sample team is like hilarious, but I guess it works best in the Joe because I like really doubt like Joe knows like this is a sample team and he has a free paste available. Would be my guess.
Yeah, I think if there's any week to sample team, it's use the sample team. It's the week against Joe, because I also wouldn't be surprised.
I have not read the samples.
And like spike stacking is like pretty effective as we've seen this week. Usually on like a non-trick room team. Like I am truthfully not too much of a fan of Diancie or Porygon 2, or Diancie and Porygon 2 specifically, because it gets pressured like a lot by your Shifu R and Landorus. And those are your Shifu on Joe's side, which is a bit scary. But of course, like Tenzai has Rillaboom, Mew, and Dragapult, and even like Volcanion to help against it. But those two cores specifically is a bit sus to me, I'd say.
Trick Room overall is kind of sus. It just, the abusers aren't good enough. Like, you can get Trick Room up for, like, a fake out, and you pay some, like, board positioning in order to set Trick Room, and then, like, you have to get the positioning back, and now you're, like, starting to bleed Trick Room turns, and then they switch to Cat on your Torkoal's Eruption, and then they fake you out, and now your Trick Room's gone, and you've, like, Erupted in Incineroar, and, like, just shuffled a little bit while your opponent got to like set an extra layer of hazards for their turn, and it just genuinely doesn't accomplish much. And it's like it just doesn't do enough in over the course of the game. Perhaps we just need better Trick Room builds, but like the abusers just kind of aren't there.
I mean, both teams still look fine though.
Yeah, they're not bad. Like, DNC's broken, and
that's a good model.
P2's fine, but like, yeah, move Trick Room is like probably the weakest I can remember it being in a doubles format. Just like full stop.
Yeah, you went from spamming it last year to just not using it.
Yeah,
it's
no,
definitely not as good as it was for sure.
Which is weird because the meta got more offensive, but just it got like better at punishing passive play, which sounds funny if you know that I've been spamming Hazard Stack and like defensive Tyranitar, but my stuff is actually not passive. It's just defensive.
Yeah, like.
But anyway,
Trick Room it just like keeps losing. Like it's not the greatest it is right now for sure.
Yeah, it just lines up terribly into the meta for a bunch of reasons. Which, I mean, I could talk all day about them. I kind of have already.
we could just do like a doubles podcast where we talk about stuff, including why Trick Room is bad. But that's a stream for another time. But yeah,
so true.
Everything we said, we've agreed on. Do you guys want to say like anything about this matchup? Like there is like a Steela into a Diancie, which isn't like fantastic, but like Volcanion, like I don't know, like Volcanion and Diancie do seem kind of strong under Trick Room, I'd say, at least here. Like the Urshifu is really really scary though.
Yeah, the Volcanion looks really good if you know that Celesteela doesn't have Meteor Beam.
That's true.
It wouldn't be very good if it were the more common Celesteela set that many people enjoy using more. But yeah, it's Volcanion should do a lot of work. Both Dragapults have a Mew and a Dragapult hit on the other team, and there's P2 is the P2 and Incineroar is the only ghost for this, so the Pults should be able to do a lot of work. It's Urshifu against the NTP2, so it's gonna have a good time.
It's just two boring teams.
Damn, they are.
Yeah.
Even like a lot of the teams this week were kind of, but whatever. We can get into this one, but yeah, they're just kind of boring. For sure.
I don't think they're boring because I've only been playing Mew for a month.
Loves this.
Yeah, stowing down Mew and your Shifu, it's pretty strong. And even like Rillaboom itself, like it can glide your Shifu for potential knockout, like knock off the Mew, or just like U-turn out and get positioning. So I think Tensai's in a pretty strong spot to begin with.
And yet Urshifu doesn't care.
Yeah, like Incineroar's got to come in, and the double switch. Which
fake out there was
that was a weird play. That was a very weird turn one. From Tensai specifically, I thought Joe's was Joe's was fine. Trying to tank the Shadow Ball with the cat and not caring if it didn't.
Yeah, I wasn't able to like pressure like the double switch as effectively as he would have liked, like only getting 30% on a Celesteela. And now, like, Joe has fake out pressure and such.
Did Tensai have a good reason to fake out there?
I don't think so.
Okay,
especially if you're doubling the Urshifu slot anyway, you don't have a reason to. Like, if you just glide at worst.
I mean, I think the best reason I can come up with is trying to block Scarf U-turn off the Boomer.
Yeah, I guess.
Walk into Scarf.
You're cutting out, by the way.
Yeah, that's just. Is it better, or do I have to do something?
I think you're good.
Okay. Yeah. I'm really stretching to find reasons for that. It just seems like a bad fake out.
Wasn't the greatest. Yeah, now like Joe's in a better position, like with fake out pressure, and like Steel's threatening a meter beam, perhaps. Like maybe.
Fake out pressure.
The fake out pressure.
Knock-off pressure.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I guess you fake out Rillaboom isn't that important, but you do get to like knock off a parting shot, which is much better.
Honestly, I'd say that it's more intimidate pressure than fake out pressure. Like the Rillaboom's -1 and wants to go out, but
the Rillaboom is very much forced to get out.
Alright, yeah. I amend my statement.
It can U-turn, but it's like forced out, and so like you have a slot that wants to get out, and so you can potentially punish that.
Big crit.
The crit U-turn, not negligible. It's like an extra 20% or so.
And we do see knockoff come out. If Joe was the good Celesteela set, the position would have been a lot better for him.
Yeah, his Celesteela had to like get off the field.
But this is why the Leech set is just so bad. Especially on a team like this, it's way too passive. It just really does not do much.
Okay, this turn was actually really weird from Joe. So the Celesteela switches out because it sees Life Orb on the Dragapult, so it's kind of hearing Focus Blast, not Focus Blast, Fire Blast. But it switches into Boomer, which does not want to eat a Fire Blast. So I don't really get that. And further consideration, there's nothing else that wants to eat it either on the team. Like there's a Dragapult which doesn't really want to come in.
Yeah, that's super sus.
There's a Mew which doesn't want to switch into Life Orb Fire Blast because it's just going to die the show. Although Actually, no, the Mew switch would have been fine there probably, like in the short term, because it means that you get a knockoff on the Bolt. So actually, the Mew switch might have been good there. But yeah, the Boomer switch just looks weird.
Yeah.
I guess the Boomer switch might be fine for like similar reasons that if you get to if you switch the Boomer into a Fire Blast, then you've knocked the Bolt and you've won the trade anyways. But
yeah, like Cell Steel like does hard wall the Diancie, so maybe like he wanted to like preserve it. It's more like Rillaboom's also really good against Diancie, and it's like pretty strong here, especially if it's like knockout. I don't know.
Rillaboom's good against the Diancie until it gets +2 defense,
and then you get kind of destroyed.
Rillaboom is better against Diancie that doesn't have terrain resets because it gets the glide into +0 in Diancie. Yeah. So that's to be wary weakness policy, but +2 Diamond Storm doesn't kill. And
yeah,
it's pretty good into DNC in this context.
Yeah, we'll play next turn.
No, there's no Intimidate or Terrain resets. This is like the best Rillaboom into DNC matchup you can get.
Oh my goodness, I never skipped the... whatever, so mad.
Yeah, so... Dragapult, after getting you turned into, and it was like the last move of the turn, just pivots straight back out, which is a little odd, but just trying to get the DNC on the board. And Joe switches. What's switched out? Tiffany Blues is the
Incineroar. Yeah.
So pivoted the cat into Urshifu. It's not very likely that cat gets Dracoed, so you're just probably switching Urshifu. It like scats for Hydro and also potentially just gets Urshifu and a Dragapult switching out. So like pretty good like aggressive positioning from Joe. I like to see it.
Yeah, this was a really good turn.
Yeah, now Urshifu's threatening every time, and the road.
And like I mean, also there was just like a Volcanion threatening Steam Eruption on the cat, and so you're switching your Shifu into Steam Eruption, which 70 and like a little bit mischance percent of the time works out quite nicely.
Yeah, now Joe gets to apply some pressure with your Shifu.
Yeah,
the Rillaboom is like it's high horsepower, not knockoff, so I guess like Dragapult could come in a bit safer and stuff.
Also not Woodhammer.
Yeah.
Which, but yeah,
smacks Diancie.
Yeah. Oh wait, wait a second. Pause here.
Pause.
Tenzai's already down to 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And Joe has got to 240.
I'm not even gonna fault Joe for like not using his timer here because Tenzai's been using the timer for him, so he doesn't have to. You don't have to burn clock if your opponent's burning clock for you. Like you can still spend that time thinking. But anyways, yeah, that's incredibly low time, incredibly early in the game, and they say that as a timer running.
Like Tenzai gets this turn, like
Tenzai, stabilizes the position. Now Urshifu's scared out because it has -1 defense.
Yeah,
good turn by Joe, followed by a good turn by Tenzai.
Yeah, took a max 30% on a net 30% on Mew from 2 Pokemon. Yeah, I feel like that's like very similar to what we saw turn 1. Like you force a double switch, but then you're not able to capitalize it, and then the opposing player like regains board position.
Yeah.
They're back in the game.
And yeah, Joe basically just cashes out his board.
Yep, that's gone.
Well, yeah, no, I mean he got some damage out of it, but yeah.
Not as much progress he made as he wished to. Now another double switch is forced. Goddamn. Tenzai gets the broken Stealth Rocks and U-turns out. So that is what we like to see. As he almost sent out the Dragapult.
That is the correct move. The Dragapult into the Incineroar is a little bit weird, but...
This is very weird because your team doesn't have Intimidate, and so knockoff is just always going to kill the cat. And so at this point I'm like assuming there's going to be some sort of shenanigans going on to either not make the Dragapult die to knockoff.
As someone who also doesn't look at the sample teams, is this Dragapult Hydro Pump?
Dude, I also don't know.
Like, genuinely, I'm wondering if there's going to be like Charm Mew or like transform
No,
Mew
I was
to get
thinking you transform into the Incineroar and you intimidate it back and you survive.
Like, genuinely, I'm wondering why the Dragapult is here and what's it doing and why is it not just going to get killed by knockoff because the team doesn't have any counterplay to that. And like, I'm just a little bit spooked. Dragapult doesn't belong here. Is it going to be helping hand Draco? Like, is it going to be Earth Power Mew Draco? But that probably doesn't get there through Citrus. Just like the alarm bells are going off. This is fishy. This is extraordinarily fishy.
Like, how is? If I see this, I expect Hydro Pump.
Yeah. Like, I think Joe's gonna think like, how am I? Am I getting trolled right now? Like what is Tensai doing here at the Dragapult?
Like, it could just be Protect Dragapult, like Earth Power Mew or something like that. But like, again, there's some shenanigans going on here.
I want to see what the shenanigans are. Nope, it just leaves.
It just switches.
It just leaves immediately. And then spikes get up though, so I guess it's not the end of the world. Oh my goodness, I spoiled it.
I mean, this was still really good for Tensai.
Yeah, like the spike gets up and now Diance's in, like the Mew's to Tailwind. And like another layer, so like Rillaboom is taking it.
What is Joe's Mew review?
Just Tailwind.
Okay.
I think so Tensai just wanted to bait the knockoff, I guess.
Genius.
To get the NC. But like, could have just.
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't completely necessary.
Like, Dragapult, you could have just really gone DNC there. Yeah.
Yeah, but then
because if Joe switched out the Mew instead of pressing Tailwind for some reason, then it's a bit harder.
The Tailwind was highly questionable.
Yeah, it was definitely a questionable Tailwind from Joe.
I guess like he's like tailing for the other Dragapult, but like there's also like a Diancie in Porygon too, so
yeah.
The rocks do go up, and but here comes a free Diancie. Diamond Storm. Another layer of spikes, and there we go. That does a lot to Celestial, oh my lord.
I definitely thought we were seeing Trick Room there, but I guess it didn't have to be Trick Room.
Yep.
I guess like scared of like a Tech Mew, like with Taunt or something.
Yeah.
The Roar Mew. Yeah, like is this gonna be another double switch? Oh no, just a switch protect. Spikes go up. This is great.
And the bad Celestial.
The bad Celestial set does absolutely nothing. Oh, come on.
The fact that it's Spikes, Rocks, Mew makes the Tailwind earlier even weirder. You just want to start getting your layers down. And Joe's not very practiced with layers as a VGCer that hasn't played Team Tour DOU before this, but yeah. Like, if you're trading most of your Mew's health bar for like a knock on the Dragapult, you're gonna want to get your rocks down because like you don't have that much time to do it, and like after that, just like especially with spikes on the side as well, like you were going to be able to get Tailwind and then rocks, and so that one's fine. But having spikes on the side too just makes the Tailwind very weird. You want to spend as many turns as you can getting hazards down.
Yeah, I feel like if you just spent that initial Tailwind turn, like setting Stealth Rocks, and then you get an extra turn of Spikes, and then you're even in the Hazard War, would have been a bit stronger. Because, like, Tensai, or Joe is, like, this is turn 1 of Tailwind, like, that was turn 2 of Tailwind, like, he has one more turn, and he's, like, Tailwind has not done anything.
He's spending his Tailwind turns setting Spikes, which is not bad to do in many situations, but, the Tailwind just wasn't necessary.
Yeah. Steel is so bad.
This is not even getting into the quality of the set, and Spike's Rocks Mew is extraordinary.
It's sus. But yeah, here comes Trick Room, and now Diancie has 4 turns to do stuff. Like, this Celesteela, supposedly the Diancie answer, has done, like, absolutely nothing. Protects the Heavy Slam, knocks it off, puts it in Diamond Storm range. The Mew snarls, which, like, does nothing. I guess he's snarling to cover a Volcanion switch in, and also, like, he literally can't do anything else. Or I guess he can set up one more layer of spikes.
He could set up the 3rd layer of spikes, which is the actually good one. I don't have strong feelings about it. it's just a bad spot.
Yep.
Because he
not much.
Honestly, probably because he took extra damage on the Celestial that he didn't need to, so now it's struggling to check Dancy like it wants to.
You know, like Dancy just kind of gives in.
Dancy and Rillaboom have defeated the Celesteela.
It's over.
It is what they call a tough scenes.
And then now you switch out, but now the Rillaboom's taking a bunch of damage.
And now you get to U-turn off it as well. Even if, like, that dinosaur would have KO'd too, which is annoying.
Yeah.
But, like, now you're forced to, like, fake at the Diancie, but then Celesteela goes down.
Might have wanted to just cash out. Yeah, I think I just wanted to cash out my Grassy Glide damage into the Diancie while I had the chance.
That's true, yeah. Because now Glide's done, so the Rillaboom is doing nothing. Like, it can't even knock the Porygon too.
Faking out was useless, yeah.
Ooh, what's the item on Cat? Did it eat a citrus earlier?
No,
it's not boots in it.
It's goggles, presumably, but yeah, you really want boots in this meta.
Oh, and then I think here, Tenzai went for the double Trick Room.
Tenzai did go for a double Trick Room.
It didn't work, but it's okay. Yeah, I think
it's a baller line,
and it's a baller line.
We appreciate the baller line.
It's not the correct line, but it's a baller line.
Yeah, it's a baller line.
He's doing a fine spot if it fails. So
yeah, like...
I'm not gonna fault him for it.
Like, Diancie goes down here, but you just get to sit Trick Room again.
I am going to fault him for it.
I mean, you definitely can.
Alright, we'll go back.
And maybe you.
But
I'm not gonna fault him for it.
Because
I
it's
think
cool.
It's play.
It's funny.
Yeah. I like clicking my damage buttons against the no protect support ones that are like pressured.
There's no reason.
I guess.
No reason to go for double Trick Room, but.
It's cool.
It is quite baller though. I can't deny it.
Yeah, now Tenzai gets to set up Trick Room this next turn anyway.
Flare Blitz instead of.
Yeah, I don't know what that was doing. I guess he wants to turbo crit. But I don't think that's too likely to turbo crit. And now Trick Room goes up again, like even with the Diancie gone, and like the P2 at +0, like all this hazard damage is so much. It just does an insane amount of damage. That does nothing though. And the Rillaboom dies.
Like, you think Joe might have a chance because the Thunderbolt did not die, and now the Rillaboom's dead, but...
Yeah, but like now you just get to bring in Volcanion and win anyway. Oof.
Love hazards.
Love the third layer of spikes. None of these players love the third layer of spikes, but I love the third layer of spikes.
Yeah, I guess here, like, Joe's trying to call the protects and fake out, but like, he's just
So this is hazards being good.
Damn, so broken. Dragon Pult dies, damn. Urshifu does not die, and does not get burned, but like, it's over, it doesn't matter.
Urshifu kill for Pokemon Challenge.
It did not do anything.
One of them being a Dragon Pult. I think Tenzai just played that well, to be honest.
Yeah, he did a good job.
There were some sus turns by both, but overall Tenzai played well.
I think he played more effectively, and he won, and the Breakers are now no longer winless in Doubles OU. Tenzai moves to 1-0 in his first official game since Snake 4. Joe UX9 unfortunately falls to 0-4. Rip the dream. Unfortunate. We saw 2 Stealth Rock Spikes Muse, which is kind of cool, but yeah.
I didn't notice that Tenzai also had Rock Spikes Muse.
Yeah, they both are Rock Spikes.
Yeah, that's not very good. It's got the right mindset though, and I respect it.
Broken hazards up.
Yeah.
The hazards are a little broken, but yeah, the Mew has to do other things sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah, and then our next game is also on Thursday. I believe the 2-1 Ninja playing for the Shoguns versus the 3-0 Nails playing for the Terrors. Nails has Sand Psy-Spam, which I think is pretty cool. Like, I don't think we've seen a Dracovish this year. After all, we saw him bring Dracozolt last week, but now there's a Dracovish, which is pretty cool. Like, the Mew is presumably expanding Force and, like, Meteor Beam to go along with Lele. Like, most is a staple on Psy-Spam, and Amoonguss is pretty common too. But it's an interesting team, and, like, a fun one for sure. Like, Ninja, again, is, like... He's got like some pretty standard mods, like the Incineroar, Shifu's Genesect are really, really common, like Fire, Water, Steel. And then his Grass though is Tesserina instead of Rillaboom. Like Tesserina excels in like super offensive oriented structures, which you need to like block fake out, but I don't think you need to do it here. Like you want to change the terrain, which he can't do, which is really tough. And then there's a Zygarde, which I don't know, that mon's kind of whatever. And then Naganadel hasn't been too popular, I think, but I think it's a strong mon usually.
Miller needs to be banned from commentating games with Sarina.
That's Sarina.
No, it's really not. It's Sarina.
Sarina. And, I'll try my best.
Thank you.
I really think that Sarina should always.
Yes, it needs to be Rillaboom here.
I said this in a call at the start of the game. I very much stand by it after watching the game. This Sarina really should be a Rillaboom. It just provides a lot more support for this team, and getting rid of terrain. The terrain control is nice, and your team doesn't really need immediate fake out.
Like
I guess it's nice for your offensive mons, but like you need terrain control more.
Yeah, blocking fake out is cool, but you need terrain. And
the goal is not to block fake out. The goal is to block choice spam extreme speed. Because I brought 3 out of 3 CV Genesects and the mon is broken, and I love the mon. It was an attempted CT.
You're still supposed to bring.
I still think it's supposed to be.
They were supposed to bring Rillaboom, but that was the goal, and I can like understand it. Even if I disagree with it.
Yeah, like Rillaboom would have been quite helpful here. Not gonna lie. Like, actually would have been extraordinarily useful, I'd say.
I mean, yeah, we can go through it when it happens.
Yeah.
You'll see how important Rillaboom would be.
Yeah.
Fish Tarzan, this is
so
freaking epic.
Niels just leads the broken, says, I want to do damage turn 1.
Yeah, there weren't great responses, and so I lead them on, so I deal the damage. And I'm threatening, Fish plus switch to Lele, and so
yes.
Ninja doesn't want to get owned by a switch to terrain like he did week 1, and instead gets owned by a choice band.
Yeah, like
which is something Nails has not run before. It's always been a very bulky Tyranitar, so he changed it up with the choice band one this week.
Yeah.
And it got
my Tyranitars always click Stealth Rock before they do anything else, except when they don't. And this is the week they don't.
I think this was like generally very cool, like using Stealth Rock, Spit F Tyranitar for 3 weeks, and then firing off CV Stone Edge on Incineroar turn 1 and effectively eliminating it from the game. Like that is super cool.
You can probably clue in that it shouldn't be a bulky set, but I don't.
No, that's super tough. I feel
for not seeing that.
Yeah, I just like pranked him in the builder like on multiple levels, and it's just it's Ninja's first team tour, and this is me reaching into the bag of tricks of how to make people sad that they haven't played like 5 iterations of SCL before.
Yeah, genius. Like the Vish is now at -2, so I feel like it's less threatening, even though it's like a Dracovish and it's kind of strong.
Yeah, my board is forced out.
Yeah,
but I have.
But he did eliminate the Titar or the Incineroar.
We saw in Joe's game, like he got the board position, and he knocked the Mew into Citrus Berry, and that was his payoff. I have very effectively cashed out my
Ninja just has to get this turn right, and Nails has to completely read Ninja. So let's see what happens.
First, it's the Sand Chip. Lele and Moongus double switch.
And Ninja completely read Ninja.
Ninja strikes the wrong slot.
Is now in a completely fine spot.
And Moongus even gets to eject out here to Mew.
Yeah.
And Serena U-turns out. This Genesect does come in though, which is a bit scary. Since it outspeeds the Lele and stuff. But Nails has survived the turn. Got it completely right.
Good U-turn. I mean, it was always U-turn in this arena, but Genesect comes in, so Ninja's not like in a completely bad spot. There's still a Genesect against 2 mons that don't really want to see a Genesect.
Resume the game just a little bit to show us Sand Chip order.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I can scroll up here.
No.
I gotta my bad.
Just like okay, now the turn is over.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Mew, you should feel Lele, and then Genesect taking down, obviously.
Genesect, which gives off Scarf vibes. I was assuming Scarf in the game. And
Yeah, it very much gave out Scarf vibes.
And then this turn, as I remember, is quite important. U-turns off, does not kill, nail sets. Oh my goodness, hurry up. Sets Tailwind, your Shifu dies, and Incineroar dies. Oh dear.
That's game.
Yep.
I think Nails has won the game.
Now, if the Sarina was a Rillaboom,
Yes, here's where we can talk about it. Like if this Pokemon,
you
like
have priority glide against a lot of things that don't want to see a priority glide.
Yeah, I'm forced to preserve Lele if it's a boomer. I'm probably forced to go to my Shroomer and like toss Mew and then try to
Still very
stabilize.
much a game.
Yeah.
It's not
And
just Nails sets Tailwinds and win.
yeah, Sarina has Protect because they were trying to like bait my CB Genesect to just U-turn into it and probably fire move it with one of the fire moves on the team, or like Surging Strikes it or CC it or something. And like that could have worked with Rillaboom too, and it probably would have worked in this type of situation. Tailwind probably would have been stalled, and there would have been a game to play. But yeah, Sarina's forced to blow the Protect here instead of getting offensive pressure, and then like getting the Protect reveal on like the second to last turn of Tailwind or something. And then, so yeah, it's just
that's Protect. That does.
the Protect does get quite good value here. I have to say. So like the Protecting Grass type was a good call from Grandma.
Yeah, and then the Psychics go double down, but now, oh my goodness, I'm so bad at stopping. But yeah, but now just like T-Tar and Mosa come in under Tailwind.
Yeah. Also worth noting that I did not have like a guaranteed win path here. I spent a bunch of my time just trying to find anything, and there was nothing better than hitting a Stone Edge. So
I mean, that's like 80% odds, so I feel like it's not the end of the world.
Yeah,
it's definitely a lot better to have 100%.
I would agree. Having 100% odds is better than 80.
like my position felt like it should be better than having Stone Edge, but there just wasn't anything that I could find. So I clicked Stone Edge and hit.
Who hits 2 Stone Edges? Oof.
But yeah, I mean at this point the game is wrapped.
Yeah, you just pinned down the Genesect,
Not
which can't
to any
protect.
fault of Ninja's play either.
No, he
Played
definitely
that.
played like super fine.
Trolled in the builder.
Yeah, he just got pranked by running not Rillaboom instead.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's been like.
I don't even think it's like it's reasonable to fault him for getting Stone Edge turn 1. Like,
Oh no, yeah, like I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, if he's like a super experienced player, you might be able to see like, okay, this is a super offensive team. This Tyranitar is not going to be the same super bulky set because it could just. You want to keep the offensive pressure going on this type of team, but like. I don't blame him for the lack of experience. It's not even like that big of a.
yeah, I don't blame him at all.
Someone had decent.
you know, it was very deliberately set up to look like, or to like have like plausible deniability. Officer, I don't have a choice, and the citrus berry is right here. I'm just here to set stuff out.
Yeah, I definitely think it was definitely more
You
of
can't
like
prove anything.
like a very good Nails play and preparation rather than a weak Ninja play. Like he's been like for someone who I ranked last, like he's been like pretty impressive. Like 2 and 2's definitely not bad at all.
You
This
know,
is never
Ninjas.
ranked last. The last place, the person who gets ranked last is always just the newest person. Like the last 3 years.
Unless they're on the Shoguns this year, in which case they might actually be the 10th ranked player in the pool.
Tough.
Or the 10th plus.
But yeah, Ninja drops to.
but
Oh, go
Ninja
ahead.
as a Shogun actually doing quite well though.
Yeah.
So
Impressive.
outside of GRU, the 10th ranked player might have more predictive power.
Yeah. So Ninja drops to 2 and 2, while Nails improves to 4 and good job, Nails.
Yep.
And then game 3, we see the battle of the 3-0s. JRL, who is using Psy Spam for the second time, although this time it has a Sagataka and not Sun. While 3-0 Z-Strats for the platoon is reusing his week 3 team with Whimsicott and Trakia.
Emma would never have.
Absolutely fucking vetoed to hell and back. But Whimsicott Trakia is back, which I just think is objectively hilarious. Like, it's even more hilarious to Jera, like, Psy spamming again. Although I will give him credit, this one is different than before. So, what were your thoughts with the Wims Tarak and Decide spam on preview, if you want to say?
I didn't love facing in DD size spam because it's just a little bit annoying. Like, my Metagross is my only, like, really good check to it. So I have
It
to
is a
make
phenomenal check, though.
It's a phenomenal check, but I have to make sure I don't let it get weakened by anything that's not size spam, because I really need it for size spam.
Yep.
Can't
But
believe
I
this.
think if I can accomplish that, I'm in a fine spot. Like, if I can somehow get Terrakion set up, there's nothing Joe can do after the fact. So if I can get myself positioned there with my later revealed eject button Infinity, I think I'm in a good spot. Or if I can just correctly tame the size spam storm with Metagross without facing too much damage, should be good.
I can't believe this dude brought Whimsicott Tarak.
Gerald does need to get Trigger Room up in order to, like, fully capitalize on positioning and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
the Pheromosa is not enough.
So yeah, if I can get like damage off or like good damage trades traded for a Trick Room set, that's probably worth.
Yeah, like turn one, like I don't know, not gonna lie, like the Crossbow's kind of scary here. Like the Metagross can come in, sure, but like it's gotta be worried of Earth Power, and like you can't switch the terrain at the moment, and like DD can kind of like redirect the landers at least for a turn.
Yeah, this is kind of exactly what I wanted to see, to be honest. Like, I led Finny because it's getting to the other stuff, and I can just switch out if he leads double train. Because if he leads double train, then my Metagross becomes really useful at the thing it has to be useful at.
Let's see, yeah. So, you switch out the Finny into the Metagross.
Earth Power is just pretty free here.
I did not love the turn one from JRL. Just it seems very passive, and I just wanted to start trading damage, and maybe that's a losing line now. So, I was very interested in not setting TR and attacking at the time, at least.
Yeah, I mean it's tough though. Like,
yeah, like these like type of games.
So the Finny is always switching out, and it's pretty much always switching out to Metagross, and so I want to. I feel like you can actually like hit the Lando this turn. And I was really.
But then if the Lando protects, it's just a really bad turn.
Yeah. You have your side train, and it's just trying to get value out of that. So.
Yeah, I guess like we've mentioned many times, like these type of teams, like you gotta like kind of get all the turns right, and it's like annoying. Like I hate playing against this. But like Trick Room is up now. It's like and like it's Psychic Terrain, but that is a ton. Jeez, but that still roll is huge. Like, cause Psychic Terrain's gone now. That's just a ton.
Probably didn't need to protect Lando there, like thinking in hindsight.
Trick
But I think
getting
Protect Steel Roller was just a free safe play from me.
Yeah, no, I think your turn was correct.
Yeah.
You don't want to like lose your Lando to slow Necrozma, just getting helping and expanding force off.
Yeah, seeing my Metagross was faster was very nice.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, pretty much that.
Yeah, here I had to think a bit because like JRL should never spore here because
There's the
going
Finny.
into Finny and Roller is very telegraphed. But if he does spore, I'm in trouble. But like, I don't think JRL would ever spore here, so I wanted to just Ice Punch, Earth Power the Moonga slot to catch a possible Volcanion switch, which would punish which could potentially punish me if I went to Finny and Steel Roller, which is like my streamlined play. And it's just nice to catch a possible Volcanion, and Ice Punch will kill the Moongus if it stays in.
So let's see. Rage Powders.
It too.
Ice Punch just makes it go down. The Crossbow gets its Meteor Beam off. Does a ton, but it's gonna have to eat Earth Power here, which does goddamn 63%. Landorus is broken as shit. And like DD comes in and like Train is back up. But like I definitely feel like JRL's not benefited the most from his Trick Room turns so far. Like he only has 2 left now, and like Crossman and DD are both almost dead, and like Strats can regain terrain control again, and he lost Pokemon.
I'd argue I've gained more from his Trick Room.
Yeah, like I feel like he's definitely benefited over the past 2 turns. More.
I'm running a very quick damage calc because You mentioned that the Earth Power did a lot, and actually, okay, it's just it's like a mineral against 2-2-0 in a Cosmo. So
Yeah, I mineral this turn.
So it's just
I
it's just
did know I
fast.
mineral, but I also did not care.
yeah, he just to mention that did so much, and I was like, wait, no, Landorus is supposed to do more damage than that, but it is in fact just a mineral. It's not like bulky Necrozma. Just when I see damage that doesn't look quite right, I immediately whip out the calc. But yeah, no, the damage is technically right.
On mineral and zero bulk Necrozma.
Like max HP no spit off.
Okay.
Max HP and I minerolled.
Okay, I feel like maybe I'm just overrating
It's not a
Necrozma.
fishy calc. It just looked a little off to me.
Yeah.
This is like the ninja calc in week 1, but that one actually was mad sus. This one just looked wrong, but it was fine.
Okay, I guess I'm overrating Necrozma. I suck. Heal Pulse. But then,
really lucky from me.
yeah, you crit the Steel Roller and you kill the Indeedee, and I feel like...
This made the game basically over.
Yeah, I feel like...
If this doesn't happen, if I don't crit, I'm still in a fine spot, but this crit just made it so I don't have to make a play the entire game.
Yeah, I think, like, if, like, this Heal Pulse was pretty strong. Like, I feel like if you don't crit, it's an actual game. But now that you crit, like, the game's over.
I still think I'm pretty favored.
Yeah, it's like, you have, like, an actual game to play. Like, Gerald can, like, win and, like, actually play. But now he just loses. As fuck.
Especially since I'm Bullet Punch Metagross.
Whoa. But yeah, now it's, like, super over.
Yep.
I did get to eject butts in here, which I thought was fun.
Whoa, there goes ejecting. Yeah, and then, like, the Whimsicott comes in and now it can, like, even help with speed control.
I was surprised by this play. I mean, it's a good play by Jero, but... I mean, Lando would have never O-code Pheromosa if it wasn't Psychic, but he called it. But it still doesn't matter, because Heat Wave Mistress helps me even more. I mean, it's still over either way.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
And a bunch of stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, like, the game just ends. Like, you don't have to call anything, you just win.
Like, I don't even have to be scared of, like, Tropple.
The legendary Earthquake Tracheon.
Double grand move to play around Shuko.
That was sus by me, actually, if you want to...
Which turn? This one?
Yeah,
like,
they could have done that into White Card Shuko. Actually, not really.
Next turn?
Yeah. I'm supposed to just CC the Tracheon and... I mean, CC the Pheromosa, because it kills, and Earth Power the Stack Attacker, because even if it's Shuka, I kill through. There is no reason for me not to do that.
Yep.
I kind of just... Yeah. I just tunnel visioned I'm going to win anyway, which was really bad, but...
Trolled a little bit.
I still probably would have been in a fine spot, like...
There's too many mobs to shoot
anyway,
but...
So, yeah, like... It's just something that's, like, technically would have been better for me to do.
Trolling a little bit, but it's okay. Like, yeah, it's unlosable.
I mean, yeah. Like, I was still winning either way.
Yeah.
Lucky Z Strats wins again. Classic. What can I say? Ha ha ha. But yeah, I think like there's an actual game if you don't crit the Steel Roller, but then you crit the Steel Roller, so you just win instantly.
Yeah. There's still a bunch of
You cut out there.
and a bunch of ones, and it was still maybe his game. There was still a bunch of protects and a bunch of nonsense, so it was still gonna be his game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so JRL falls to 3-1, which is still quite good, while Z Strats improves to 4-0, showing he is worth without me. Upset of the century. But good job, Z Strats. Good job. What the heck? Okay. Game 4, 0-3 QSNS playing for the Foxes versus 1-2 Sporific playing for the Dynamos. Burns is just reusing the Nails team from week 1, except some of the sets are changed, while QSNS has the second Grimmsnarl in SCL history, with a very offensive core with like Landorus, Heatran, Naga, and Yoshifu to take advantage of what I assume like his screens and Thunderwave support from Grimmsnarl, and like Rillaboom also provides like Fake Out and U-turn support. Like, this is a very similar team to what Frania brought against Z-Strats last year in SCL, like except with Kieran Black over Landorus, I believe. which is what I initially thought to me, because like that's the only other Grimmsnarl that's ever happened. But yeah, it's like a more unique team, I'd say.
I don't love the Grimmsnarl.
I
I don't think I don't see what it's really doing in this meta.
I'm also a bit confused on why you'd bring Grimmsnarl. Like, I don't think
Maybe
Grimmsnarl.
to someone that like hyper offense
Yeah,
a lot.
I'd say it's like kind of
not
similar to Thunderous. Like, I think it's a cool tech into you as an example, and I'm trying to justify it. Like, Grimmsnarl is good into Z Strats. I supported Z Strats, and now I'm supporting Burns. But like, you and Burns are just completely different players with completely different play styles. So I think bringing the niche Mon into a matchup like it's unlikely to see was not the strongest call in my opinion.
Burns has actually been playing like a decent amount of offense this season. I don't think that.
You're cutting out a punch, by the way.
Justin's been playing like a decent amount of offense this season. I think that Ray and Justin are like pretty comparable this season. Just in terms of like stuff that they've been bringing. Also, I started echoing.
I guess that's like fair from like an outsider perspective. I guess that makes more sense. Like as someone who's not like working directly with Birds and who's worked with these strats and like knows what the players like more and such. So I guess that like helps a little bit. I was just not too particularly impressed with Grimmsnarl personally. Like it does not seem that good in general.
I mean, they got the worst possible team for it to run into.
Yeah, it's also it literally does nothing until like Tapu Fini and like goons that like don't really particularly mind about being paralyzed.
At team preview, I was assuming that it was going to be fake tiers.
Yeah, that would make sense with three special
there's
attackers.
three special attackers and some just like utility physical threats. And yeah, it can like Lando with fake tiers is broken.
That is true.
Fake tiers would have been a lot better.
I'm echoing off you, by the way. So
how do I fix that?
I do not know. Put in earbuds. That would do it.
I don't think she is, to me anyway.
I like hear nothing wrong personally.
Seriously?
Yeah, like it seems everything's been completely fine to me.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, yeah, we can get into this one. Bom dia.
But yeah, fake tears would have. Fake tears was my expectation.
Oh yeah, I was initially thinking screens, Thunderwave, like Spirit Breaker, Foul Play, but like I like fake tears definitely would have been better. But like my mind immediately went to screens. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and fake tears probably would have been pretty solid. But,
yeah.
Like there's double dark types that blanket.
That's true.
Kind of Digimon, so you would want to have fake tears, but fake tearsing in you is fine. It needs Lando or Thor, just does 100. It helps you punch through CM Finny.
Yeah, fake tears would have been really good tier, actually.
Yeah, like the Grim comes out, but like I feel like it's not doing too much. Like it, especially since it doesn't have taunt, and it also doesn't have screens. Like you can't even paralyze or do anything to this Incineroar. And like the Urshifu has to respect like Mew, Wisp, or Psychic as well as Incineroar's Fake Out.
And there's no special attacker to even bluff fake tears.
Yeah, he like can't really do anything. So the Grimmsnarl has to go out into Heatran, while Urshifu protects. Dodges Fake Out, but Burns gets his spikes up, which I think is super good. Oh my goodness, I'm so bad at timing out here. I think I feel like I definitely know. Well, I feel like I definitely have a lot more to say about the intricacies of this game since like I know exactly what the team was and like I know a lot more about what Burns was going through his head. But like I'm
to be fair, me and Ray have also run this exact pace in SCL this season.
Okay, it's not the exact pace, but like as someone who's ran the public pace of the team, like what are you thinking on this turn 2?
Do you want to hear my thoughts in my team's Discord? I can read my logs.
I would love to.
Sure.
On this turn 2, I said Justin changed the move set to EP, by the way. QSNS has faced this team a lot without EP. QSNS might get owned by this change.
That is true. Yeah, the Mew on this team is not Wisp plus Snarl, which I think QSNS at least should be expecting since that's what it was before, and it is Earth Power. And like, not gonna lie, like if you Earth Power this Heatran and like you set up hazards, like Choice Band Genesect Extreme Speed kind of goes in at that point.
It truly does.
And then,
And my prediction ended up being correct.
yep.
To which I replied, "Yep, QSNS got owned by EP."
Yep. I'm a bit surprised here that QSNS, I guess, did not respect like Wisps plus or Wisp or Psychic, but I guess like it's fine because like you get a Heatran. Like I thought here like QSNS has to respect like Wisp here because like you don't want to get burned obviously, but instead they got pranked by Earth Power, which is like much better.
Urshifu's day.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's
Your
what I was-
chief is really important against the T-Tar and the cat. And like even just tail and parting shot gets the cat out before the Urshifu can attack. So it's not especially likely to get that much off. And
yeah, like at least for me, like for turn after these two turns, I think Burns is in like a very very strong position. Like spikes are up, the Heatran is dead. Like that's looking really good. Like you have to chip down the Genesect a bit, and then like a few of the other things like watch out for Reflect, but like things are going quite well, I'd say.
yeah.
And like
The
even
thing
like
is looking at Urshifu and Heatran.
Yeah, like-
Heatran's dead to turns of a Life Orb. Yeah, it's just dire.
yeah, like the
You're
Rillaboom,
threatening tail and Moonblast, like everything's coming out of the house.
yeah, like you get Rillaboom in, but it takes a quarter and spikes. Heatran now KOs itself, or no, it lives this turn. I lied. Mew like survives still, looking quite good.
Finney's still quite healthy because Leftovers Grassy Train goes crazy.
Yeah, like you can intimidate both of these, or you can intimidate the Rillaboom. Like Heatran KOs itself.
Doing basically nothing.
Yeah, like you do turn off, but now it's gonna take spikes again. Like Sand too is
Grimmsnarl.
chipping a bunch.
Grimmsnarl is the best one to come in here, and it's looking at a pair of Dark Types.
Yep, it's
Yeah.
quite tough.
I mean, at least you have Landorus in now, which is nice, but
Or yeah,
Landers is a
we're
bit
repping,
sus.
or Hunter's repping like Fake Out, Earth Power, which is nice at least. But
yeah, like at
Yeah.
least he has,
Dang.
or they have something right now.
Yeah, they can
Yeah.
apply some pressure, like especially if this is like Focus Blast. But also you have to be worried about like Talon's up for Burns, and
Yeah,
like this
uh,
T-Tar's probably rocking Ice Punch, and like even Incineroar can parting shut out before it gets Earth Powered. So not even
Yeah.
like you gotta
this is
protect.
pretty.
Yeah,
This
their Landorus having to protect, the Landorus protecting is very sad.
Yeah, and like
It is forced, but yeah.
It is forced, yeah. It's just very sad that they have to go into the Lando that's supposed to threaten everything, but it has to protect.
yeah, and like it gets thrown out by a Tyranitar and an Incineroar, which is just like
Yeah.
objectively
Because
hilarious.
it's presumably not Focus Blast. If it's Focus Blast, then it can just kill Tyranitar right here.
Well,
Since
not-
they switched it.
it's slower.
Yeah, it
Because
gets
Talon is
Oh,
it gets
right.
ice
I
punched and
forgot about
dies.
Tailwind being up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually completely blanked on Tailwind.
So I mean, the Lando it did successfully stall the tailwind turns.
Yeah, it's
with a
close.
protect. But
It's still dire.
Yeah, like now
Yeah.
you can't even Thunder Wave.
I will
Your
say,
Shifu's at
the
-1.
Spirit Break did more than I thought.
It does that is an absurd amount of damage to like spit up T-Tar. Like, oh my lord.
yeah, Grimmsnarl just randomly has 100 back for no reason.
What the hell?
It did a lot more than I thought it was.
It does
Yeah, dude.
so much.
Like Grimmsnarl Flucker punches hurt stuff too. The mon is like really funny and like
Maybe.
probably overtuned.
Maybe we are underrating grip style. Goddamn.
Yeah. Like so the talent has been stalled out, but like you didn't get Hunter didn't get anything from like the talent, so it was just like giving or Mew lost some of its health bar, and that's about all that we've traded for like the position that we then had to like defensively respond to. So it's still tough scenes.
Yeah.
And this game is like honestly just Mew being broken.
Yeah.
Like the initiative that Burns got was pretty much entirely off of Mew as a good Pokemon and generates advantage passively.
That Pokemon is quite good. And like being able to tech Earth Power on Mew this week, like effectively one hit KOing the Heatran is like super huge as well. Like this 6 it's supposed to be with Snarl, but like Mew just gets to run like Earth Power instead and chunk Heatrans and like win games turn 2.
Mew has so much freedom to run whatever it wants, and it can win the game with so many different sets. Mew
Absurd.
is like Mew. I don't think it's controversial to say that Mew is the best non-value right now.
Mew's kind
I
of
think it's better
busted.
than Rillaboom right now.
It's really, really good. Like, this team is really, really good. Shout out Nails. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
The Grimmsnarl
Trick Iron Ball.
Trick
but
Iron
it's
Balls. Not,
Iron
to
Ball.
the Finnew that's accomplishing nothing.
not even
Like-
Trick Scarf. Oh my goodness, I'm insulted.
Well, okay, like Trick Iron Ball is like plausible. Just it was a whiff on the matchup. Having Trick Iron Ball and enough floaties to capitalize on it is unfortunate.
Can't even Iron Ball. Can't even Earth Power the Celestial now. So,
This
Yeah.
Grimmsnarl set just faced a team it really
they got
didn't want to
C-teamed.
face.
They got botted. Yeah, the Grimmsnarl limit
Yeah.
does nothing. Double Dark plus Terrain to block Thunderwave plus nothing that you want Iron Ball. Tough.
Yeah, like it's probably excessively fishy as well, but it really whiffed on its fish.
Yeah, the games I think it's been over for most of the time anyway. But yeah, here
Was
comes.
Justin supposed to be scared of Sludge Bomb on Finny here? I don't think, or did he just not care at that point? So just easy.
If he sledge bombs, then he like QSNS can't. Or no, yeah, he has a negative. Okay, if they as a collective sledge bomb the Finny, then Talon doesn't get set up. So I guess like Talon being set up doesn't
There's
actually
a fake
matter.
out down coming. Yeah, it's. I'm gonna go on record and just say I'm not sure.
Can we go a turn back?
Yes,
I just want to see. Oh,
yes, there we go.
Yeah, so Tar's the Tar is faster than Grimmsnarl. Yeah, Talon's not like residue influencing that. So yeah, you see Tar is faster than Grimmsnarl, and so you get a nice punch into the Naga if Sludge goes into Finny. So
yeah. Okay, fair.
so
Yeah,
like, damage is being traded, and
Yeah.
I think this checks out from Justin.
Yeah, you just double the neg on it though.
Like,
And then,
Grimmsnarl can't do any prankster shenanigans other than, I guess, Reflect. But you, like, with Spirit Break, Trickscene, Reflect would be hard to fit on the set.
It gets a bit
Now
scary
the
here.
Speedmon has come in.
Yeah,
It does get Q-waved, but
because the
at that
neg is
point, you're only
Talon
scared of
protect.
Parrot.
Yeah. As long as Burns doesn't get full parrot at 10, like he wins. Like the Finny even combines. He does not get full parrot, so that's pretty cool.
I assume he probably doubled the Nega too.
Yeah.
Just cover all your bases.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that for sure, but surely you must.
It's a safe assumption to make.
It does get parrot here,
Yeah.
which is a bit scary. But like it doesn't even die, and like you still have the Finny to click Muddy Water, so like it doesn't matter. Like the Genesect just wins.
Yeah.
And if the Genesect doesn't win, the Rillaboom wins.
Something will win. Yeah, it's over. But yeah, like I don't know, like this team is like really, really good, not gonna lie. Like it's just really strong. And Burns won. So that was cool.
Yeah, it is the Brokens, just full stop. That's the tweet. The team has like the 6 like flavor of the month months, and I think like they're not flavor of the week, they are the flavor of the month, and I think that is very fair to say. It's like all of them have absurd win rates.
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna check that, but like I'm pretty sure I think Mew is the lowest win rate non of the collective. And it's 50.
Rillaboom is at like
Rillaboom is slightly negative as the most used one.
But I know like Finny and Cineroar, Genesect, and I want to say Tyranitar are both like all like at least 60% win for 4 weeks.
Yeah. I think they might be higher than that.
Yeah,
Like,
some
I
of
think
them
they
are even higher. Like yeah.
Yeah, no, I know Genesect is like absurdly positive. I'm just trying to follow while I pull up the Smogon Champions League forum usage statistics.
I've got it. Finny is
Okay.
at 75% win percentage.
Oof.
Incineroar is 69 as the third most used mon. Finny is fourth most used and at 75. Genesect is 7 and 2. It's like top 10 usage and 77% win percentage. And Tyranitar is 10th most used and it's 5 and 3, 62% win. So yeah.
Oof. Yeah, those mods are really, really good. The team is really, really good. It wins.
4-0 players are using them. Also helps.
I mean, there is two sides of the coin where they're using the mods and winning with them, but
Yeah.
Good Pokemon. Yeah, QSNS falls to 0-4. Burns gets back to positive and climbs to 2-2. And so our last game is what was Frania 2-1 before this? I want to say.
Yeah.
Frania 2-1 Frania playing for the Gibble versus I'm pretty sure 1-2 Animus playing for the Spartans. Frania has a Stack Attacka again for the second time in a row. Like a Porygon 2 and a Volcane and a Rillaboom and a Mew. So I think this is pretty similar to what Tensai brought with the Stack Attack over the Diancie and then something over the Naganadel over the Dragapult. And then Animus kind of has a lot of the good, well, not even a lot of the good mods. I like looking at the preview. It looks like DD Kyurem is being supported by like Landers to break through Incineroar, Heatran, and Diancie. Incineroar, Rillaboom to provide fake out, knockoff, pivot support. Blastoise follows me, fake out, stuff like that. And then the Steela like utterly destroys Diancie and can Meteor Beam Incineroar. So it seems very, very based around Dragonite's Kyurem Black winning.
yeah. Just like yeah. It's got like Lando and Solly as backup sweepers. And
really, the only thing that's super in the way is the Stack Attacker.
Yeah.
Finding the time to set up a Kyurem, but Kyurem has a decently strong matchup here.
Yeah.
It's a cool team.
Like, if you have Dragon Dance Kyurem and you don't see an Incineroar, you're very happy.
Yeah, that is quite good, I will say. Well, we should talk about the preview. Go. Man,
Yeah.
I need to learn how to pause better. That'd be super cool.
The replays are just bad for those.
Oh my goodness
Okay,
gracious.
well, that's on.
There we go.
The cube does have to watch out for Naga, and also and Stack is just like trouble for it because it can't easily punch. Kyurem can't easily punch through Stack, assuming it's DD, which is being very heavily wrapped from preview. Yeah.
Okay.
Lando does pop both of those mons and also pressured. Like if the Rillaboom's on the field, then it always has an Earth Power that's gonna chunk the heck out of something in the other slot. Ban ally switch, but but yeah, Lando just looking at a Rillaboom on the board, which means it's able to hit the other slot once Fake Out Ice Beam is off the table.
Yeah, like wants to switch into Earth Power, dies. Like your Porygon 2, I guess. But like that's not super great.
He doesn't like getting chunked because then after it's been chunked, it's like no longer super fat.
I thought this was a decent lead for Fanny. I mean, like, Animus does not want Blastoise to take any chip. Like, you really need
it's not a like I'm just talking about the Lando from like for the turn one micro perspective. Friends in a fine spot.
Yeah,
I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. I'm just talking about the Lando's dreams of killing everything.
Yeah, Incineroar and Kyurem Black come in hard. Kyurem Black,
incredibly good turn by Animus.
Yep. Takes absolutely.
Also, don't think you should ever fake out there. I feel like you just want to glide. If you're.
Yep.
This is another case where we see a Rillaboom fake out into something that wants to glide anyway. Turn one. Like if you're not going to predict a switch, then you're just supposed to glide.
Yeah, now like another double switch that goes absolutely unpunished, and now Kyle's in a better position.
Say it with me, class. Clicking Fake Out is cringe.
Clicking Fake Out is cringe.
Clicking Protect is also cringe, potentially more cringe, but it's Fake Out and Protect bad moves and you only click them when you are supposed to.
What
If you do not know what you're supposed to do, click anything else.
Damn. But yeah, now like Animus is in a much stronger position. Like Stag Attack has to come in here, and it forces another double switch.
And it's a free pardon shot.
Yeah, and a Dragon Dance.
Kyle learning the lesson perfectly.
Yep.
Not clicking fake out when he doesn't need to. Just get your pivot off the board. Because if it's off the board, then you can switch it in. It's hard to switch it in when it's on the board.
That is how Pokemon works. And yeah, now the Blastoise is in. Like, this can also flip turn and pivot again, while the Kyurem can throw in some damage on the P2 slot. But it fakes out the stack.
You have to pressure the stacker.
Dragon Dance again.
Animus is just going for it.
Yeah. But like,
he has the
there's no intimidate. There's like, there's just very little stop it. We can going for
if
game
it's
is very
rock
legal.
slide stack attacker. That's the only.
Then we're sad.
That'd be danger.
Yeah.
But like, this Porygon 2 also has to leave. Like, it can't throw in the Blastoise at -1. Like, you just redirect Gyro Ball or Body Press or whatever while you get to click moves into the slot.
And if it shows that it's Rock Slide, you can still avoid that.
Oh, he doesn't even do that. He just turns out. My bad.
Deciding to cover for Rock Slide, which is very
Genius.
defensible because Kyurem does kind of win.
Yeah, like I think Scum for Rock Slide there is perfectly good, especially since Frania arguably could have lost to Rock Slide last week.
Yeah, now like he just breaks in his
Like
third
Rock Slide's
fake
a good move.
Yeah, now he like breaks in another fake out mon and can fake out second again, and just get like a pretty free like fusion bolt. But then
This is very
danger! Kyurem Black gets burned, and that is quite bad. Like very bad.
No longer just.
Yeah, that's quite bad. Like
the game was completely wrapped at this point. Like you get to
just get to protect and pivot again.
You protect and pivot, and then you like attack and stall the Trick Room, and it's just.
Animus would have just won without this burn.
You can have a +2 Kyurem on one side and a Life Orb Lander or something there, and they can be best buddies and like take over the world together.
Literally,
it's Nails' dream he was ranting about at the start of the game.
Yeah, but now like Kyurem Black is not KOing everything, and now it's an actual game. He's got to play.
Dreams have been shattered.
Dreams have been shattered.
And so now we have to play a Pokemon game.
Oh man, yeah.
So sad.
Like he still like just switches and protects anyway, but like
this is a good call by Fran. But
yeah.
The Blastoise is super chipped, but just another fake out, which is like so funny. And yeah, like you kill the Volcanion, or no, you don't kill the Volcanion. You just click Icicle Spear.
It was a weird Icicle
My
Spear,
bad.
I think. I get why. Like I think it's correct in hindsight.
Yeah,
I don't think it's weird at all. You want to, like the Blastoise is just screaming that it has Roar with this play, but I mean, like you're just trying to make the Volcanion stick on the board and block a Rillaboom switch in. Like I think the Icicle Spear was just very good.
Yeah, it was correct. It's weird to see in the moment.
Yeah, now like you just KO it this turn.
It does telegraph that you Roar Blastoise because why else? Pressure on the stack attacker. And so I think I'm not sure if Fran's supposed to call that. I think that I think that it's somewhat reasonable to just say, "Oh my, or why else would they Icicle Spear?" But chooses to not call it. Could have gotten a kill on the Blastoise. Probably is what you would take.
Yeah, you take the Blastoise for sure.
And so loses some ground, but giving a free switch into Lando is also not totally ideal. Actually, maybe it would have been fine.
If you can't,
you get to go. You get to go into anything you want to. So
yeah, so like you kill. What happens if you kill the Blastoise here? Like Lando comes in.
Your Volcanion is also dead.
Yeah. And this turn, if we kill the Blastoise, then it's like 5v5. Lando comes in. We have Mew or P2 come in probably. Rillaboom also could plausibly come from Kyle, and you like fake out plus switch to something to pressure the stack. But that's like one of the main Trick Room disruptors.
You're definitely
That's
supposed
fun.
to body press
Yeah.
the last hook, I think.
Yeah. I think
You're
that
in a good
Kyle's
spot.
plays Screaming Roar, and you actually do lose quite a bit of board positioning out of like losing the Volcanion.
It does.
Also potentially like supposed to preserve the Volcanion here.
I could see that, yep.
Yeah, okay, like further review, I really dislike this play from Fren. Like, and not just because it didn't work out and he got punished, but like it
This is
was
super telegraphed.
yeah. The Icicle Spear just incredibly telegraphed it, honestly.
I mean, well played by Amos, though. Like, this
You
is
know,
his out. This is his out at this point, and he gets it.
yeah,
Like, Animus plays this game super well.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, just thinking about what might have been, like, if could have been punished. It definitely could have been punished, but if it should have been punished.
Torrent flip turn doing a ton. And gets the Lando in on the body press.
Good pivots.
Like,
Yeah. They're just straightforward turn, just good pivots. Like, the Trick Room is coming down, like, there's still
stall
stutters.
the trick room.
Another Blastoise
And
in on the
then
fake
just a
out.
perfect draw that's stalling out the trick room.
This is like 8,000 fake outs.
It's just textbook from.
Stack is down, it's 20. Rillaboom
Weird
comes in.
knockoff there.
I think it's correct, right?
My gut would be just departing shot to P2.
Yeah, that's.
And get Celestial on the board and start counter pressuring.
Yeah, like -1 P2 isn't doing
Yeah,
anything,
-1
so still.
P2 and -1 stack. Looking at a Celestial is not like a good time, and nothing really wants.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
'cause
think that's
now-
supposed to be a parting shot.
Because now you trade Rillaboom for. But you sack the Kyurem.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
I mean,
calls
this is
to
a
protect.
really good read, though.
Yeah, and he knocks off.
Like, that was a really good read by Animus.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you get to bring in your own Rillaboom, and now Stack
But
can
you're right. If you
protect.
just
I still think it's-
pardon shotted the P2, you didn't have to make that read.
Yeah. It's like. I'm just gonna call it a DOU law at this point. If the Incineroar is always supposed to click parting shot, unless it's really supposed to not.
It's clicked all 4 moves. That's something you see every day. But now, like, the P2, or the Landers comes in, and it gets to kind of feast, at least. Oh my goodness. This is another super strong play.
Another call, right?
Yeah. Like he's Kyle is down 5. Does have the aggressive reads, but very much hits on the aggressive reads.
Yeah, he's
So,
playing super
that's-
well.
And I don't think Mew is supposed to come in here and take that 77, but I don't know if there's any other option. Like, are you supposed to just sack Saka there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very plausibly.
Because I think at least Mew threatens stuff, where Stack is kind of just dead versus all.
It can eat a Flare Blitz, but Mew also is capable of eating a hit from Cat, so yeah, it doesn't have that up on it.
Protects from the Ice Beam. Do we get to see good Celestial do something here? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, it clicks Meteor Beam.
Maybe should have been scared of a knockoff Rillaboom. Rillaboom revealed its... that yet?
No, we don't know what the last move is.
I mean, it probably did.
How much did
It
it
really
do
did.
to... That's a Grassy Glide that's in the Landorus, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh no, it just broke us up, so yeah, we know nothing about the rules. I was gonna say, like, if we knew it was... never mind, that's not hyper spot, yeah. Knocked off would have been spooky anyways.
Yeah, the Naganatel's super scary here with also fake out pressure. Or slash glide pressure.
Like, Frania should still win from this state. Animus does have to go for a Fire Blast.
Yeah, and he gets
He
it.
deservedly, in my opinion, gets it.
Yeah, I feel like he just kind of wins without the burn, but then he wins because he dodges. So I don't know, call it even, I guess. Like, I think Animus played better in this game and was supposed to win barring the burn, so he wins anyway. Like, not too upset about it.
Yeah.
Upon review, Animus didn't play as perfect as I thought he did, but he did play a great.
I think he played. Yeah, I think he played really well.
game.
I think it was quite solid.
Yeah, I've been impressed.
I'm less glowing in my views, but it was a solid game.
It's okay. I was more harsh on Animus last week, so now I'm a little softer on him this week.
Yeah,
And both.
and I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just trying to I'm trying to hold the truly glowing praise for really impressive performance. And it was a solid performance. I'm not going to give it that as, but it was solid. You can hold your head high, though, if you're watching this.
And I think it was a deserved win.
Yeah, deserved.
Yeah,
I'd say.
Sure.
And
For
both players are 2-2 now, and that is week 4. Does anybody else have anything they want to say about any of these games, or about upcoming week 5? We're seeing 2 substitutions.
Week 5 it will be an interesting one for sure.
I think this is a pull up the schedule angle.
Yeah,
You've got a bookmarked even. Yeah. SCL week 5. Let's go. Or unless that's your private stuff.
Oh yeah, I can do it. Well, I'm not sure how it would work because I'm not sharing my whole screen, so I'm not sure what the dimensions would be. So somebody else do it.
SEO week 5, no?
Okay, no, but my screen itself, the viewers, I don't know what they see right now.
They're going to see the middle of the screen, right?
Okay, let me try.
It might be off center or something, or
Okay, this works. I lied. This works. Okay.
Okay.
Burns versus Animus, 2-2s. I think that one's pretty exciting. I'd say Animus has been playing pretty well, and Burns is really, really good.
And they're both VGCers, and spoilers, Burns actually might have an uncounterable advantage against Kyle.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Justin does always beat Kyle in VGC, so
the matchup might be rough. But at least it might be fun to watch another iteration of that, or it could be Kyle taking back some initiative in that matchup, which is very heavily Justin favored to date.
And then
this would be a fun one, I think.
Daryl Fran, yeah, it's cool. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. 3-1 versus 2-2. Both players have had some mixed results, but have generally been pretty positive and can hold their head high about their seasons, and yeah.
Frank's team builder usually leans towards hyper offense. JRL leans towards hyper offense.
Oh boy! I can't wait for this one. It's gonna be super fun. This one is an absolute banger and a half. Ninja versus Badger in their SCL debut.
So Ninja is getting heavily bolded here. No offense to Denager, but the Foxes, the problem with the Foxes getting Denager with a player who's not top of the pool is you're not supposed to sub them in.
Yeah.
And, yeah, so Ninja is just favored here.
I am going
Love
to be
Denager,
bolding Ninja,
but
not quite ready to play on the biggest of scenes, I'd say. But it'll be exciting. Seeing player debuts is super cool. And it's a really cool moment, when I debuted in SPL. It's a cool scene, I'd say. So it'll be fun.
Badger could put in some good prep and potentially has to prep to a lead and then get it.
Definitely has to get matchup on prep.
Because Ninja's play has been legitimately quite impressive. I get. How much of that is relative to the expectations, which were very low, and how much of that is just genuinely Ninja?
I think expectations are definitely part of the reason why he seems more impressive. His play's mostly just been solid. And there's been some missteps too. I think there's always a play a game where it's ooh, probably shouldn't have done that, or someone with more experience would probably catch that. But it definitely hasn't been bad. He's deserved this spot.
Yeah, I think he's been a fine SCL starter. This one, we see Mamorik in. Let's go.
I think Nails vs. Joe would have been more.
Nails vs. Joe would have been hilarious, but unfortunately, rip the dream. We see Mamorik make his SCL2 debut after heavily campaigning not to play any games.
Yeah, Mamorik really doesn't like playing in these officials, and he has a very negative record, so Nails is not allowed to lose this.
That is true. He can't lose.
Nails also just passed Emilio in win rate for DOU.
he's gonna throw it all away.
Nails really can't lose this.
There's actually no upside to me playing this game. I can only get passed by Emilio if I lose, and I passed SMB in wins too. Just like there's really no point to me playing this, and I've begged my manager to sub me out.
We are gonna see Lunar versus Memorik by the end of the
Oh
week.
my goodness, that would be a banger.
I mean, I'm just trying to sub out the rest of the way.
You've done your part. 4 wins is all you need. And then our last one is
Yeah, I mean, you
Strats
just passed
Tensei.
Emilu in win rate, and you just passed SMB in wins. It's time to retire.
There's actually nothing else to play for.
It's over. And then Strats Tensei is our last one. 4-0 versus 1-0. Undefeated players. That
I was gonna
is
say Exino versus Exino.
That is factual.
Against another undefeated player. Tenzai's been pretty relatively well in these tours. Like, it's not like I'm a free. It's not like a free.
3-2 career, right?
yeah, 3-2 career.
Yeah, he's 3-2 on the sheet.
Subbed in.
He subbed in for Memorik. Memorik
Like,
and Snake
he
4.
beat Umbri in semifinals in Snake 4. Like, I think he got lucky, but still, that's an impressive stat.
In playoffs? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, in semis.
Okay.
Oh.
Another fun session. Anything else people want to say before we say goodbye to all the fans?
Week 6 has been looming for a while.
I am quite excited for
getting
week
closer.
6.
It will be very fun.
Alright, we'll see you all next
We're still
time.
2 weeks away from the week 6 recap, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's how we get people to keep tuning in. Like, you gotta wait for week 6. But we'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching.